Hello and welcome to another episode of All In Digest. My name is Paul and today we will cover the most interesting news from around the world in gaming and sports. Today's program you can easily call a true Russian episode. Why is that? Have you read the news lately? Russian Village Simulator hits Steam with glowing reviews. Russian developer Battlestate Games at last showed footage of Escape from Tarkov arena at Tokyo Convention. And we even got fresh news about the media team 2DROTS. Sounds exciting? Because it should be, dear comrade. We will be fine without vodka this time around. PHYGITAL team is pro-health. Let's begin. Ever wondered how we spent our summertime? In the village, of course. Driving bikes, swimming, fishing, village disco, just to name a few activities. This week, you, our dear viewer, have the ability to dive into a Russian village for yourselves. This is a serious game, a la My Summer Camp. It's pretty accurate, to be honest. And also, if you think this can be offensive for me in any way, chill out. It's accurate, but not offensive. Did I intrigue you already? Well, let's take a look at the Russian Village Simulator. And this time, it's something special. Reviews from the players themselves. Take a look. Today, my mouse wheel fell off while I was playing around with the map in search of a quest. Of course, it's not your fault, but the residue remains. It would be nice to somehow replace the display of the minimap. In general, the game was very pleasing with its gameplay and idea, even despite the crooked animations and various bugs. I'm concerned about the issue of lost saves. I'd also like to be able to take a quest after it's cancelled from an NPC. And of course, it would be nice if 10 pairs didn't have the opportunity to randomly run into the village. Overall, I give it a class. I hope you'll work on your magnificent brainchild. A very interesting and most importantly exciting game with an interesting and pleasant theme that takes you into the world of a Russian village in which there is something to do. It keeps you interested, and unlike similar games, you don't run around like crazy, but calmly enjoy the process. And the most important thing is that there are really a lot of these processes themselves. You want to fish, you want to carry logs, you want to work at the post office, hunt, complete quests or brew moonshine, you can do it all. Overall, I had a lot of fun with the game. Special credit to the medic and 131 Zeal. Participants of the PHYGITAL competition, Media Club 2DROTS, were eliminated from the Russian Football Cup. But the 2DROTS team has already gone down in history. They themselves wrote this history. Before this, none of the media clubs had gone so far in the Russian Cup. They also managed to fly into 133 final stage in the second year of the participation in the tournament. Not bad. Before that, they had encountered teams exclusively from the second league, which the Samurai defeated without much difficulty. In a short time, they were definitely remembered by many and acquired an additional audience, although it seems much more audience. In terms of coverage on social networks, 2DROTS has long been the most popular team in Russia. But let's get back a little. Initially, 2DROTS was a YouTube channel created by two bloggers, Evgeny Babenko and Nikita Panasyuk. The guys had previously filmed pranks, but in 2016 they changed the format to football. The channel mainly featured videos about the FIFA computer game, as well as challenges on the field. For example, one of the first videos was filmed together with Fyodor Smolov and Pavel Mamayev, who then played for Krasnodar. The goal is to hit the crossbar. The video has 1.2 million views after 7 years. And the most popular video is related to free kicks. The loser received a ridiculous haircut, received 7.6 million views. In 2018, 2DROTS first appeared on the field as a football team. And now, after 5 years, they are playing a match in the 132 Cup. If we talk about the match, it didn't turn out to be the most interesting, but there was still some intrigue. At the beginning of the game, 2DROTS remained in the minority, then conceded a goal and saved a penalty. But in the second half, Khimki managed to score another goal. In theory, the score could have become 4-0, but Khimki did not risk going forward. The result is well deserved. One way or another, this is a historic achievement for media football. Fourth round of the Russian Cup. Next season we must definitely perform no worse. Russian developer Battlestate Games showed its new game, a spin-off to the very popular extraction shooter Escape from Tarkov. I have more than 3,000 hours in EFT, so you can believe my every word about this project. So what is Tarkov Arena? It's a team-based deathmatch-style game with a Tarkov twist on it. What's the twist? There are no in-game indications about who's a friend and who's a foe, besides the team-colored armband. Also, there's a special healing of particular parts of your body. Here's what studio director Nikita Buyanov said about the game in a recent interview. The director of Escape from Tarkov said that their new arena shooter spin-off is a mediocre game, purely designed to draw more players into the franchise. Speaking to Games Radar at Gamescom, Nikita Buyanov, head of the studio and game director at Escape from Tarkov developer Battlestate Games, was asked what drew the studio to depart from its traditional extraction shooter formula. In response, Buyanov said that the idea is simply actually to have as many players as possible. Escape from Tarkov is a really interesting game, and we always wanted to get more players to it, Buyanov explains. The idea, however, doesn't seem to be pour the same kind of intricate detail into Arena, a PvPvE spin-off set in the world of Tarkov. Instead, Buyanov said that we decided to make something mediocre in between, some mid-core game that increases attention and will lead to more players playing and being familiarized with Escape from Tarkov. More broadly, Buyanov explains that the idea is to have something a little bit simpler in terms of matches, but still complex in terms of gameplay features and mechanics. At the core of the studio's ethos, he says, we're creating the games for ourselves. That was the story about EFT, and that was the story about Arena. We just want to create something that will be playable for us first, and this is it. Tarkov has become a runaway hit, and arguably helped kickstart the growing extraction shooter trend. Arena pushes away from that, purporting to offer the same complexity of Tarkov itself, but with the matchmaking simplicity of more casual shooters. Whether that catches on with the community, let alone helps new casual players into the infamously complex shooter, remains to be seen. But we'll find out after Arena arrives in 2024. Dota's 2 compendium is out. What spicy arcanas and personas Lord Gaben delivered to us this time? Maybe a long-awaited Morph Arcana? Maybe a new persona for a faceless void with eyes? Maybe the Legion commander from the original Dota on a horse and everything? Nah, it's literally nothing. Take a look. This year's compendium is pure disappointment. You have probably seen the Bentley meme. If not, just Google it. But the actor Talaves put a funny spin on it. Check it out.
Bentley. Magic. The Gathering.
Here's a video of the Doom shotgun and low FPS animation in Call of Duty. This looks really cool. A guy who doesn't play Call of Duty, I would buy that for sure. Oh, and as I've heard, Warzone meta shifted to one-shot shotguns, so this buy, in my opinion, is a must. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg gave a new interview inside his metaverse. For this, detailed 3D scans were taken of him and podcast host Lex Fridman. Check it out. The dialogue itself took place between two virtual codec avatars of the participants, and in the real world, the presenter and Zuckerberg were far away from each other. The dialogue was conducted using the Meta Quest Pro virtual reality helmet, and the topics of discussion touched upon not only the metaverse, but also the place of AI in it. In addition, questions were raised about the future of humanity in general and the Meta Quest helmet. Hope this episode gave you a little look into Russian gaming development and some interesting things to think about, while loading previous episodes of PHYGITAL All-in Digest, of course. In the next episode, we will talk about the long-awaited release of CS2, have a review on FC24, and much more. And this is it for today. Thanks for sticking this long into this episode. Leave a like and subscribe. It will help us a lot. This was Paul and PHYGITAL All-in Digest. Bye-bye.